Welcome to Chattalyst. Hello.
Hello.
Alright. So, how are you feeling? You better?
I am better.
Yeah, for
Yay.
those of you who don't know, we took some time off also because Sariah was not feeling great.
Yeah, I got sick.
Yeah, the illnesses do be going around. I'm avoiding people like the plague because I don't want it.
So, no different from usual?
Yeah, no different than usual. Exactly. No, I'm also like, I go to Nebraska next month, and I'm like, as they're just putting all the haunted virus people in there. It's like, can we not do that? I have to go there. And I'm gonna go there regardless, but like, the frick.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Oh. Ah. How you been? Before we get into
Good.
the fun topic.
Good, yeah. Been coming in a little early, staying a little late to get lesson planning done, which isn't ideal, but it also shows that I have a pretty high standard for myself for lesson planning. And I kind of looked at my old lesson plans, looked at my new ones, and I just feel like I'm putting in more effort
Oh, that's
and
good.
getting good results for that, but it's so stressful
Oh.
because of the population I teach that have behavioral disabilities. It can be very difficult to come up with plans that won't have the kids get some type of way, but that's
Uh-oh.
just because physical activity can be triggering, and sports can be triggering, and so I do everything I can to make it approachable, to make it fun. But yeah, I am really, really, really ready for a break because lesson planning is burning me out. I don't have enough time in my day to do it, and so I just got to make it to the end of the school year, and then hopefully I can get back on top of it come fall. So I'm just
Good.
making it to the finish line.
You just gotta make it, what, one more month or two? One, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, my last day is June 12th.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was gonna say almost a month to the day, right? Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Yay! That'll be exciting. I'm
yeah,
glad.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously have a job. I may or may not have the opportunities of a different one, and so that determines what my summer looks like. Kind of like I have my vacation at the end of June to go visit friends, but then I was going to have 2 weeks off in September to go to the UK, and then the fuel shortages happened, and then the tickets spiked, and I was like, maybe not.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's tough. That's really tough.
yeah, but if I'm here, then I'll just have 2 weeks off to have a staycation and do whatever I want, which would be
That will be
fabulous.
nice. Yeah, yeah.
But if I get the other job, then I'll be working that. But in theory, the other job would be less stressful anyway because it would also be like a hybrid work from home kind of thing. So I don't know.
Nice,
We'll
nice.
see. It's all up in the air.
Like an airplane.
Like an airplane. What
Kellen
makes
was
it stay?
flapping yesterday because we were watching Yoshi cutscenes, and there
Oh.
are Yoshis with wings,
Mm-hmm.
and so he was copying the Yoshi with wings, and then he would flap and I would start lifting him up, and I was trying to get him to continue to flap as I lifted him up, but he was so excited that he would stop, and then I'd put him back down and he would start flapping and I would lift him up. It was very silly.
You didn't get to correlate the two yet. Not quite.
Not not quite.
That's funny. That's cute. Because does he seem much like for birds and things to see
Yeah,
the
he likes
flapping that
birds, he
goes
likes
up? Okay.
airplanes. Yeah.
If an airplane is flapping, that's a problem.
Yeah, no, they generally shouldn't be
No,
doing that.
generally, ever, ever should they be flapping? That's not. Oh my god. Okay, so a fun thing for today that I thought of. I don't know what we're gonna do in the Patreon. Probably just yap. But for here is red flags and green flags. Oh, maybe in the Patreon we can talk about what our red flags or what we think our red flags and green flags are.
Okay,
There you
okay.
go. If these ones will just be in general red flags and green flags. Okay, so I do have a list. I have a short list of both of them. Let's see. That's such a weird green flag. Okay. Um, this is a debatable green flag. So, well,
Oh, okay.
it shouldn't matter. I don't know. Has a sister.
Okay, I guess I see where they're going for. Like they've had experience treating a woman in their life well. But I feel
Sure.
like you can just replace this with
Has a
treats the
mom.
other women in their life well. Like,
Yeah.
do they treat their mom with kindness and respect and other female coworkers or female friends? Like, yeah. And it can backfire if they have a
Ooh.
sister and don't treat them well.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
my
mean,
brother
siblings
does
are
have five
honorary to
sisters, and
each
it's good
other.
for him.
Me and my brother got into
Yeah,
fights all the time. Are you kidding me? Like, I gave him a
I
bloody
do.
nose once. Like, we're not. It's not.
It's war.
It's war. And that doesn't mean
It's
that he's
war.
violent at all. It's just like
Yeah,
siblings.
yeah,
It happens.
yeah. And I guess has experience sort of being around women, but your sister is so different from like interacting with your romantic partners. But my brother, I
Well,
feel
yeah.
like, has benefited from having so many sisters. I think it has helped him interact
I would
with
hope
girls.
for. I mean, see, parents can also do this just fine. Um, if they take the time and effort to actually show their son, like, feminine hygiene kind of things. Like, there's a dad that makes jokes about taking his son, because his son has a female friend, to the store. And he's like, yeah, we're going to go buy tampons. And his son's like, oh, why? He's like, that's why. We're going to go buy tampons.
Yeah, because we gotta.
And just like destigmatize it and make you not sensitive to the entire subject anymore. So you can just casually be like, oh, yeah, they're in. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, I could say it has women in their life. Or, I guess, on the flip side, for girls, has some amount of men in their life? Maybe.
Yeah, huh.
On the flip side, it's different. It's
It is
weird.
different.
I've never thought about that.
I think the perception is
Treating
that in
women.
general young men have a little more trouble
Mm-hmm.
interacting with girls of their same age as if they're just people.
Yeah.
And I think it's less common for girls to feel that way. I feel like unless you have a crush on that person, then of course you're going to act different around them. But I feel like there's a stereotype and I'm that guys don't know how to talk to girls, but it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't seem to be the other way around. Maybe it's because the stereotype is that young women generally talk about really personal stuff and all sorts of things with each other, and
Mm-hmm.
guy friends might be less likely to do that, at least as often. And so the kinds of conversations that girls have might be a little different than the kinds of conversation guys have with each other. And maybe it transfers easier for girls, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes I also didn't know how to talk to guys. If we didn't have enough overlapping interests. That's
Yeah.
just kind of a problem. If you don't have enough overlapping interests with the other person, you're gonna have trouble talking to them.
See, I had the issue where I had almost all guy friends growing up instead of having. I had maybe like four or a handful of female friends. And yeah, all my other friends were dudes, and we just talked video games. And then, I mean, yeah, I guess that is true. We didn't talk any like super sensitive subjects. Sometimes we would, but it was more or less them talking about their sensitive subjects rather than me talking about a
Mm-hmm.
sensitive subject, which is whatever. I don't care. But yeah. Now I do. Now I have a few guy friends. I'm like, no, you're a girl right now. You get
That's right.
to.
Getting
These are conversations
I
we're
need you to
having.
get into girl mode.
I need you to get on my level for a second. Which
I
I've
feel like a lot
also
of
surrounded myself with enough healthy mentally men that can do that and not be like, this is weird. It's like, oh, please.
I think it's more common for adult men, especially with the rise of like, hey, talk about how you're doing, talk about your feelings, talk
Mm-hmm.
about mental health. It's a lot more common for men, especially online men or men that are in these communities, to be more comfortable with that.
Yeah.
They've had enough practice. They feel like, oh, I'm supposed to and I want to and it's good, and they're used to it.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a weird one. I was just like, oh, yeah, okay. Has women in their lives for the opposite sex partner, I suppose. There you go. And positive interactions with such. Let's see here. A red flag. Can't take a joke.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have a sense of humor. As long as it's not, obviously, no one should have to take a joke that's always at their
Yeah.
expense. That's different.
That is different.
But just like light teasing and stuff. But you can
Mm-hmm.
also train someone. So let's say that someone's like kind of serious and reserved
Mm-hmm.
and has trouble coming out of their shell. You can like little by little, like like help them along that way. I tend to be pretty serious at work. I really go out of my way to try to make jokes, lighten the
Mm-hmm.
mood, try to understand when people are making a joke because things are intense a lot of the time and I'm so busy all the time. But I do try to form positive relationships with my coworkers at work. It's just there's never enough time. I'm
Yeah,
I'm,
I would say
I'm kind of awkward at work.
for yours it's a little bit different because you are in the teaching sphere, so it obviously you can make jokes, but again, like you said, your
Yeah.
specific students and such in the atmosphere that you're in is a little bit more tense.
It can be really hard to find the sense of humor that matches with the kid, especially because I have about 50 students. I have anywhere between 50 and 60 students at a time
Mm.
over the course of the day. So I'm always trying to build relationships with them and figure out what their sense of humor is like. But yeah, no, there are definitely days where Alex will make a joke and I'll just kind of smile, just stare into the distance because I'm so out of it. I didn't understand. He'll be like, didn't think that was funny, huh? I'm like, what? Huh? I'm on a different plane of existence right now. Sorry.
Yeah, I can usually take jokes and like take a ribbon and just like the poking and prodding and stuff. There are extents though for me where sometimes I will just be not in the mood that day and I'm like, look, normally this would be funny. Haha, I get it. I cannot handle you right now. I can't deal with it. Give me a minute. Let me breathe and then I'll come back later and funny ha-has can ensue. But I'm at my limit, fam. I can't.
Yeah, yeah. The kinds of jokes that I can't handle when I'm in a bad mood are about my competency. Like
Mm.
joking about
I mean, I don't.
not being smart or not being skilled. And it's always meant very lightly and like about like maybe a mistake I made in a game or something.
Mm.
But if I'm in a bad mood, nah.
I'm not huge on those jokes specifically to begin with. I feel like if you're poking and prodding and making jokes about somebody's competency, I guess often too is a thing that it's like maybe stop, find a new one, find a new topic, find a new joke to make. Uh,
Yeah,
because intelligence is also that's just a touchy subject sometimes. Like
it
sometimes you could
is.
just feel really dumb
Yeah.
about something and somebody be like, ha
I
ha
am.
ha ha. It's like, oh, well, cool. Now I feel like shit.
And
Thanks.
I've had enough experience to watch very intelligent people around me and watch them make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And that has helped, I think, to
That's
be
always a
like,
great
oh,
feeling. You're like, oh, you did it too?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, like everybody makes mistakes. It's not just me. But I also don't want to feel like that in order to hold on to my honor that I need to make them back because
Mm.
I don't want to belittle anyone else either. So usually, if someone points out a mistake I made, my response is "fuck you." I don't usually come back at them with a specific targeted.
You know
Oh, but
what?
what
No,
about this mistake
that's
you
a
made?
short,
It's just
succinct
"fuck you."
response. It's great.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I will say
That usually ends that.
the joke that I'm like the most I guess it would be sensitive toward, but then again, I've also played it off so much now that I'm a lot less sensitive toward. But if a person that I do not vibe with makes a joke about it, I'm like, you can shut the fuck up, is my hearing, because I'm pretty fucking
Yeah,
deaf.
that
My
is
friends can make a
weird.
joke. That's totally fine. I'll make jokes myself at work and be like,
Yeah,
my
yeah.
deaf ass is not hearing you. What did you say? And like, that's that's fine. That's haha. They make jokes too. They'll yell. They'll yell
I feel
sometimes.
like if I were gonna make a
But
joke about that, it'd be more about myself forgetting, like
oh,
talking
yeah.
into your less good ear or trying to be heard behind you where you can't see me,
Mm-hmm.
and being like, "Oh, I don't know why I thought you would just
Oh,
know
why I
I
thought
was
you'd hear.
talking to you." So,
Anytime I'm playing a game now with friends, I think it's specifically Phasmo is a really good one with Gaddy and Brando. I'm like, oh yeah, you have to base it. One of the challenges we did recently was you couldn't get evidence, but you had to like listen to stuff. It was like, and I just hear them both go, ah, so you can just sit this one out, and I'm like, I'll be here for moral support. So like that's fine, but I did have somebody make a joke about that that I absolutely hated, and I was like, hey, not you. Not you.
yeah.
You don't get that privilege.
That's very, yeah, that were sexist jokes. I haven't found those funny
Oh,
since I was like 11.
so
And even
sexist
then it
jokes
was
I just
probably,
make back. I've learned a few objectifying jokes towards men that if they make it to me, I make it right back to them. Or I make
I
the
was,
female version. I tell
yeah.
them to smile more. And it'll make them
Yeah,
pretty.
yeah, yeah. The jokes in middle school, of course, were so generic,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, you're right. Like it's because you grew up in a group of guy friends.
Mm-hmm.
It was
It was
different contextually.
always fucking poking at each other and ribbing and stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I didn't have enough context to know to and to
Yeah.
understand how to tease back.
Mm.
So yeah,
So yeah, overall, yeah, I can agree that not being able to take at least like a normal joke or healthily, if you
yeah.
can't take that joke, be like, hey, not my cup of tea. Please don't joke about that. And
Yeah,
be
you
like,
can
oh,
figure out
okay,
people's
cool.
triggers.
Yeah.
And if they generally can't handle any kind of like light, fun, carefree teasing, figure out if that's like something they can work through,
Yeah.
or if it's just they are way too prideful and pompous that they have put themselves on a pedestal, in which case, nah.
Like, you are also flawed. We're all flawed. You're not special. Let's see here. Green flags. Uh, these are okay. Yeah, these are weird ones. You know what? I'm gonna
The weirder
say
the better. I mean,
right.
I like those are more controversial. So we'll be like, we can be
Well, because
like,
there are some of these, I'm like,
weird.
that's not necessarily a green flag. I mean, I guess, but not everybody's like that in a realistic world. I will say animal lover. This one says dog lover specifically, but I'm gonna say animals. And you don't have to love all animals, but like appreciative
Having
of
empathy for
animals.
animals.
Yeah.
Generally, if you have empathy for animals, that probably means you're able to have empathy for people and children
Mm-hmm.
and the elderly and hopefully.
Hopefully, that's a. I would say that's a green, for sure.
Yeah.
Enjoying animals. That would be nice. I could feel called out by this red flag, and
Uh-oh.
how dare it? This was also a topic last night on stream. Coffee addict
As a red flag or
as a red flag. Like what?
I mean, I really don't think that's a red flag at all.
Right? Like I consume, from what we learned, copious amounts of caffeine.
I
That's
mean,
my vice, but I don't make it
personally,
other people's
personally for
problem.
me, I feel like if someone were a nicotine addict, that would be a red flag for me. But
Mm,
caffeine is a little different, you know?
you
Like
still get withdrawals, I will say,
you still get
and
withdrawals.
you
That's
still can have an
100% true.
addiction.
Yeah.
I do.
But it's not on the level of nicotine.
Well, so
Yeah.
is it nicotine specifically or cigarettes specifically that you don't like?
Vaping, I'm also uncomfortable with, probably
Okay.
because I have a kid, and so
Mm-hmm.
like yeah. And vaping increases your risk for heart disease because you are still using a stimulant. I don't think caffeine does that, but I don't quote me on that. It might depend on how much you're taking in.
I mean, caffeine
But
can, but Yeah.
Yeah. It's not quite on the level of nicotine, but yeah. Heart attack and stroke and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
I had 800 milligrams of caffeine last night, so I can't. Or yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
I had Ellen in chat telling me that the daily recommended dose is 400. So,
Oh, Chelsea. Oh my God.
um, but however, I will say, like, being
I
addicted to
mean,
anything can technically be a red flag if it is a hindering addiction that is
yeah.
detrimental to yourself or others around you.
Vaping and smoking has to be done far away from people that don't vape and smoke. So that means they're interrupting their day to go do that, which is can be a little bit annoying. Especially smoking. Smoking is way worse as
Yeah,
far as the smell and
the
yeah,
secondhand
the
smoke and
effects.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah. Caffeine you can have with you anywhere.
you can.
So, it's a lot more convenient. But yeah, yeah, I can understand that someone that'd be dating you would be like, "Ooh, that seems like
That's a lot. That's a lot of
that's a,
caffeine. I'm like, shh.
they're a little concerned about your health, a little concerned about your health risks."
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So that one called me out. But I will say, a coffee addict, because having caffeine or coffee, at least in normal amounts, a normal human being's amounts, I wouldn't call that a red flag. Having a coffee
No,
every
I don't think,
morning, that's
yeah.
just part of a ritual most of the time.
Yeah, I don't think that that's a problem at all.
Oh. I do. Okay, so from this list, this is obviously somebody's specific red and green flags. First
Oh
off,
my gosh.
because one of them is red flag is having a J name, and it's like, oh.
Okay, yeah.
um, but so red flag is where to go? Being a personal trainer, but a green flag is works out. So what do you want? What if
It
they like
sounds
working out enough that they become a personal trainer?
it
What is the
sounds like
problem?
this person is concerned that their personal trainer's partner is going to have affairs with the people they're training.
I guess, yeah. My God.
Or maybe they're just uncomfortable with the idea of their partner getting that physically close and
Mm.
like to another person, even though they're just training them. But yeah.
Um. So, actually, green flag, and this is a green flag, and this is something that I cherish: communication.
Yeah, being a
Communicate,
good
whether it is a hard
communicator.
topic or a good topic, as long as you can communicate, then that's good.
Yeah, it's amazing how even though Alex and I have been together for 10 years, our communication still gets better. Like
Mm-hmm.
our communication this year is better than last year. The communication is better that year than the year before. Like it's something you can continue to refine and
Mm-hmm.
reflect, and I've done some hard reflections, and it's allowed me to become a less angry person and better communicator and deal with my own feelings better. Um, because, man, it's really tempting to hold on to pettiness, especially if you feel like
Mm-hmm.
things are unfair,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you feel like, yeah. And so being a better communicator about it in the present and giving the other person the chance to actually explain their side, even when you desperately think they're wrong and you're right, has really helped. It takes a lot of maturity and patience and growth to do that. Um, but those are the moments where they're the most important, where in that moment, all you would rather do is just be like, prove how you're right and they're wrong, but that will not help your relationship and that will not actually make you feel better in the long run or make anything better in the long run.
Yeah. It's also a good thing to remember. You sometimes it's good to just walk away from each other for a minute and come back to it
Definitely.
later.
Definitely.
Take some
You're not going to
time.
have a productive conversation if you feel like yelling at the other person, or if your instinct in that moment is to try to say words that will just hurt them.
Yes.
If you're in that mode where you're about to say something and you're like, "Oh, if I say this, it's really going to hurt them." Don't talk to them right now.
Yeah.
Or
Oh,
if the other
or
person starts doing that, it's like, okay, I'm gonna leave before you dig
yeah.
yourself in a deeper hole.
Or one that always got me immediately playing the I can't do anything right victim card.
Oh
That
my
one
God. Immediately
drives
being
me
like,
up the
yeah,
wall.
like, oh, you're right. I'm worthless. I'm hopeless. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
so,
fuck me
so you're
then. I
not,
just did. It's
you're
like,
not actually in a problem
it's
solving
like
mode.
that's
You're
not what
just,
I
yeah,
said. Yeah, it's
like,
ugh.
okay, we'll talk about this later.
Yep. This is a later topic. Okay.
Yep. That's some bullshit, and we
Yep.
both know it.
Yep. So yes, good communication. Huge, highest tier green flag. Sorry, not red flag.
Definitely.
Highest tier green
Definitely.
flag.
Yes.
Absolutely. What are some other ones? That one's having no ambition is a red flag. I can see it. I don't.
I mean,
But that's also a personal preference. I need somebody who has like something that they're passionate about. Just kind of being laissez-faire about literally everything and having no ambition to do anything. I'm such a go, go, go kind of person. I
yeah.
need someone with a little bit of that drive
Yeah.
to match me. Other people cannot have that drive. They're just not going to be my vibe. That's just,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, no ambition. You need to have enough motivation in your life to clean your house, to get your work done,
Yeah.
to be a good partner.
Granted, some of that can
Like,
be just like literally mental illness. Some of this is
yeah,
just
you
the
need,
person's
yeah.
depressed.
And there's ambition on top of that where you're like
Yes, yeah.
working towards personal goals. I think it is a good thing. I think it's a really good sign when someone has personal goals they're working toward, or even like
Even
goals they're
small
working toward in
goals,
your
even something.
relationship or their
Yeah.
house. So yeah, I think it's definitely not a good sign if someone has no ambition because like yeah, you gotta be doing something. You don't need to be hustle culture.
No.
That's you don't need to be doing that. Just enough to be trying to grow. You should be trying to grow.
Yeah. I agree. that is a good way to say that. Let's see. Okay. It puts efforts into outfits. I don't.
Is it green or red flag?
They have an under green flag. We can discuss.
Okay. Here's what I'll say.
I'm biased.
An outfit when you're going out
Mm-hmm.
is mostly about respecting the people that you're with. And I think putting a little bit of care into the clothes you go out in does show respect to the people you're with. I say this as someone that has not been doing that very much. But I want to. I want to take more pride in my body and try to like work on it more and try to exercise more and like strength training because I do a lot of cardio in my day. But at home, that's out the window. I feel like you
I mean, you have
deserve to
such
be
an
as
active
comfortable as
job and
possible
stuff.
at
Yeah.
home. And like maybe wearing something nice that you know that your partner likes is a good sign.
Oh, for sure.
But putting effort into your outfit, I think, is just a social norm. Is like a way to be like, I'm showing some respect to the people I'm going to be around.
Yeah, I can see that. But what if you're not going out with friends and it's just you?
Then it doesn't fucking matter.
And that's where I break off. But I will say this with the context of being the girl, being the oldest girl, and the middle child, both, and being the only girl on one side, and the oldest granddaughter. I was dressed up so much as a kid that it kind of just stuck with me a bit. So anytime I leave the house, it doesn't matter what it's for. I have probably put a little extra effort into whatever I am presenting myself as. Even if it really doesn't fucking matter and I don't need to do it, I do it just on instinct and habit now.
Yeah.
I can go over to family's house where we're just having a casual get together and I won't be like in full glam, but I will be like nice shirt and make sure face is clear for the most part. Granted, I also don't wear a whole lot of makeup most of the time, so usually just eyeliner. Call it good. Yeah. I don't know. I've almost turned in like a shield. And I'm like, this is just how I'm presenting myself. This is my outward look. I am an anxious mess on the inside. I'm very squishy. and soft and caring, and but on the outside I look like a stone cold bitch. So there you go.
There you go. There you go.
uh
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah, it's and I realized, and people have commented on it too, and they're like, oh yeah, you always look nice, and it's like, I know. I know, and
It's intentional.
honestly it's a little bit of a problem because but and this is a flag. This is actually going to lead right into another flag. I am not late because of it.
Mm,
I hate being late.
agreed.
I hate
Agreed.
being late.
I was literally late today, so
Yeah, that's
sorry.
that's fine. You had a reason, and it literally would have just kind of pushed the podcast anyway because you would have had child and husband in the background.
Yeah,
So it's
I
whatever.
so listeners, for a bit I was recording in Alex's office, but if I record in Alex's office, that means he can't use his computer. Every Saturday morning, Alex takes Kellen to his mom and dad's house to go hang there, which means I can't really start recording until they leave. Otherwise, you will hear the sounds of child and husband getting ready and passing back and forth. Um, so that has affected how I can record in the mornings a little bit.
It's
Especially
not
when we
that
don't get,
detrimental. It's just fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Thankfully, it hasn't been too bad, and yeah, Kellen's been sleeping better lately.
Oh, good.
But not every day is the same.
As children do.
As children
As
do.
adults do. It was so
Yeah.
bright and sunny this morning. Now it's overcast and cloudy. It was so bright and sunny this morning. I woke up at 7 a.m. and was like, absolutely not. I went to bed
Yep.
at 1. How dare
Yep.
you?
Yep. Oh my God, our body's hormones are so freaking powerful. I had to be really careful to go around my house and like make sure all of my blackout curtains were fully closed. Because
Mm,
one morning I remember the light coming in from the living room was enough to wake me up way earlier than I wanted to be awake. And my curtains aren't full blackout curtains. They're like pretty close. They block out a lot of light. But it's kind of making me want more powerful ones. But then if I did that, then I would have no sunlight to act as a
yeah.
natural cue for my body to wake up. So I have to like decide if it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. The natural sunlight is nice. It's just,
So
there's
it
a
rises too damn early.
bird flying away with a vine or something in its feet. I don't know. There's something dangling. Yeah, it's too early. 7 a.m. is too early when you go to bed super late. But I
I bet
wasn't
rich
tired.
people have like automatic curtain openers that open the curtain when they want to be awake.
Just on a timer and goes.
Yep. Yep.
Oh man. But
I
yeah,
wonder how much that would cost.
a lot probably. Well, actually, maybe not. It's just a timer
Maybe
on a
not.
curtain rod.
If you could just had like a little thing in the middle of your curtain rod that pushes outward.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of curious now.
Yeah. Anyway, tying it back in, being late bad. I don't like being late.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not a being late person. I'm not, however, I had a coworker who she hated being late so much. She would show up like an hour before things. It's like, why
That's
are
a little
you
awkward.
here? What
Yeah,
are
at that
you
point you just
doing?
wait in your car or wait
She
somewhere
would be in the
nearby.
lobby. She would be doing other things. It's like, what? You're so early though. But
That's a little weird.
it's almost like a trigger, like a trauma, because her family was late all the time growing up, that she refused it, but she refused it to like an extreme. And I was like, I'm like
Yeah.
10-15 minutes early sometimes. Sometimes I'll be right on the dot, and maybe I'll allow myself to be like 5, possibly 10 minutes late. 5 minutes late is preferred. 10 minutes late's pushing it for me personally.
Yeah, we don't really have many events that have a specific start time nowadays, except the podcast, which
Yeah,
yeah, I'm consistently a few minutes late to that.
that's okay.
But
If
maybe we should, yeah.
if I didn't wake up the time I did today, I Because I almost debated sending you a message last night, being like, we should just record at 10:30.
Yeah, the reason that we have it this early is so that we can have other things done in our
Yeah.
day, since it does take a couple hours to finish.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that few minutes before on a Saturday morning, you're like questioning your life choices. And then it gets started, and you're like, this is the best
Yeah,
fucking
this
thing
is
ever.
fun. This is great, but oh my god.
But those couple minutes beforehand, yeah. But I'm always like on time to work.
Mm-hmm.
Like I definitely see that as just professionalism, like, and I don't want to get fired, so like I show
Yeah.
up on time to work. But family events are always, at least for my families, like they're like come around this time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we generally do it. Yeah.
Yeah. I've also taken that into driving too, though I realize. And not so much a late. Well, I don't delay my actions, I guess would be a good way to say it. If I know I have an exit coming up, but I also know that there's traffic, I'm going to get into the lane that I need to be in, and I will ride that lane for an extra 10 minutes. I don't care. Because I'm not going to fight with somebody
Yeah.
to get in it
Ugh,
last second,
no. It's
which
really
so many
stressful.
people
I'm
do.
not an aggressive driver. And so, yeah, I 100% agree. If I know that I need to be in that lane, it sucks when you're going somewhere unfamiliar
Mm-hmm.
and then you're like, oh, I have to be in that lane. And now I have to fight to be in that lane. And I just have to
Mm-hmm.
hope someone will let me in. Because
Maybe.
it's the worst feeling ever.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. So that was okay. Being late was the red flag. That was just off the top of my head. Because yeah, I hate that. This one's so funny. Forgetful. I feel like there has to be context with that one.
Hmm. Do they mean like forgetting events that are for you? Like they forget family dinner, they
You
forget
forget a birthday.
your
Yeah.
birthday. Like yes, that's definitely a red flag. They need to create a system to remember the important stuff.
I will
But
say
like
you can let it
yeah.
slide maybe once or twice, but then if after that they don't do anything to change it, actions speak louder than words. So it's
Yeah, it
like,
means they're not prioritizing figuring out a way to fix that.
yeah.
Like you don't get to, forget everything in your life and have someone manage all of that for you. You have to figure out how to manage that for yourself. Maybe it's a to-do list or a calendar or alarms on their phone. You gotta make it work. It doesn't mean you need to be perfect. It just means that you shouldn't expect someone else to do that all for you unless you're paying them. If you
Yeah,
want to hire
for
a
sure.
personal secretary, hire a personal secretary.
I
Yeah.
will say,
Alex is actually really good at remembering stuff.
oh, that's
He's
good.
very good at writing stuff down.
There have been times where it's like, hey, can you do this one thing while I'm at work? And then I come home from work and the one thing hadn't been done. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'm
Yeah.
just going to do this. And it's like, no, I was going to do it. And like, nope, too late. I'm doing it now. And I'm going to be
Yeah.
miffed about it the entire time. Um,
Yep.
which there is a thing to be said that, and I'm sure there are probably some men out there in the world that are like this too, but if a woman asks you to do something, you have about 5 minutes to figure it out. Because if you don't, then she's gonna do it, and she's gonna not be in a great mood afterward.
The
She's
way
like, I
that
would
I've
like
figured
this to
out
get
how to
done.
yeah, the way I figured out how to make that work, because I deal with that as well,
Mm,
is I'll like be like, what time are we doing chores? Because then we will do chores at the same time. And like he'll
mm,
go work on dishes while I go
kind of
work on
like
laundry, or
body
he'll go work
doubling
on
sort of
dishes while
thing.
I tidy the living room. That way it doesn't feel like,
Singling out a
can you
sensitive
please do the
person.
dishes? Can you please do the dishes? Can you please do the dishes? And then they're like, I'll do it later, I'll do it later. And then it's like, well, the fact you did it so late makes it difficult for other things to get done.
You're
So
like, now I
like,
can't make
yeah,
dinner the way I wanted to because the dishes
exactly.
are actively in the dishwasher.
Exactly. So giving that context is really important when you have tasks that need to get done, where it's like, okay, I need this done before this time.
Yeah.
And if it genuinely is a preference thing, you're like, I'm tired of living in a dirty house and I'd really like the house to get clean tonight rather than tomorrow, then you have to kind of give some, talk some empathy.
Mm.
Hey, it's making me feel bad that the house is dirty right now. And it would make me feel better if you helped clean it. And if you leave it like this tonight, it will make me feel sad. And then they will know, like,
It
yeah,
will
it's
make
not,
me
it's like,
sad.
why can't we just do it tomorrow? Because that means I have to spend the next 5 or 6 hours in this, you know? And so it's like you have to kind of like break it down for the other person and like make them understand why they can't just leave it, you know?
Yeah. While also explain, because at that point they could also just be like, well, then why don't you do it? It's like, because I don't have the mental capacity to do it.
Exactly.
Believe me,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to, but also I just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then sometimes, like you said, the we thing, if you start cleaning and they come in and help, that could also help. And then to kind of do like a
Yeah.
body doubling, a partner
Yeah.
effect.
That's what I found works for me, and I think will probably work when Kellen's old enough to do chores.
Mm-hmm.
Is we'll probably just have a set aside time in the evening where we all work on the house together, and no one's doing fun things during that time. We are all just cleaning, and then when the cleaning's done, we all go back to fun things. And that way, it's not like, oh, just one more game. No, it's like, no,
No, now it's clean time.
everyone is working right now. I will go unplug the router.
Go unplug the router. Okay, the other one is, and this they have it under green flags, and I feel like they must have dated a lot of pessimistic people, but they're like positive outlook on life. It's like, look, okay, I get it. I get being with a downer all the time can be very downing. It can be a lot. It can be heavy. Seeing the negative in literally everything. Yeah, that can suck. However, you can't also just be super positive about everything or
Yeah,
have like the most positive outlook on life. Shit happens.
it does.
Life's a roller
It does.
coaster.
Yes. Yeah. Context is important.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you have someone that like nags and complains about every little thing, that's different.
Yeah, I
But
could
if
see
someone
that.
has genuine like, like things about themselves or the world or about their families or just problems that are ongoing, you can't expect them to magically be positive about those
Yeah.
things. Like those are just shitty things that they deal with all the time. Um, so yeah, it's the context definitely matters.
One other red flag that I just thought of is, what's a good way to, because I've seen it before, and I'm trying to think of how to phrase it correctly. But like when somebody's super excited about something, and you just go, "Oh, cool." You just give
Uh,
them nothing, and you're like, "All right, cool. I'm glad I just shared this super fun topic I'm passionate with you. I'm gonna shut the fuck up now and
yeah.
go back to
You
not
should
talking."
mirror you should mirror your partner's
Enthusiasm.
excitement.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And when they're feeling sad, you empathize and like come down to their level and validate and not be like, "Well, you shouldn't be sad about that or upset about that." You'd be like, "I see why you're upset about that. That makes sense."
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I realized for me, I think, cuz I used to be a super chatty kid. And then at one point, I want to say when my aunts brought up, I'm just like, "You used to talk so much." And I'm like, "Mhm. I sure did." And then I was never listened to, and so then I stopped talking so much. That just happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
That's another green flag. We've done communication. Do you have a green flag off the top of your head that you can think of that you really like in a partner or even in a friend?
Finds little moments to like give kisses and cuddles.
Oh,
That's
like
important to
little
me.
little signs of affection.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, you want to find whatever your partner likes. So if they don't want to be touched all the time, then you find something else. But I like hugs and kisses and moments to like nuzzle and touch each other. Yeah, it's very nice.
I think mine's time. Being able to give time to a friend or a partner. Even it doesn't have to be an all day thing. It could turn into an all day thing, but just having like, oh yeah, let's, I don't know, have an hour or so to hang out and just like one-on-one chill, like that kind of thing. Like just time is nice.
Yeah. I think if I were gonna go back and tell my younger self or just other young people that are dating someone for the first time, a big red flag is can't manage their anger.
Mm,
Like gets angry and is like, yeah, just not managing it well. Like unless you want to help them through that and be their therapist, go just date someone else. Like be
yeah.
like, "Hey, go get help for that. I'm going to go date someone else."
Like you
Yeah.
can, depending, be there for that person. Like
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
late husband had some anger things sometimes where he would just
Yeah.
like they would go off and be like, all right, we're doing this today. Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna let you be. But that's also the thing. I'm gonna let you be. I'm gonna let you suss that out and sort it out, and I will be over here when you're ready.
Yeah. Alex also dealt with anger
I
and
did too. I was in anger
yeah.
management in elementary school.
Yeah.
I am still hot headed. I'm just a lot less likely to actually punch somebody now. Instead, I will cry. I will cry angry
Yes.
tears.
Yes. 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 Nice. Yeah. Yeah. No, he's made tremendous progress. It's completely different. He's a different man than the man I started dating in the best way possible.
Well, that's good.
But I feel like if you are in your 30s and you're dating someone that still has major anger management stuff, that hasn't been working on them at all,
Mm-hmm.
unless you want to be that person that helps them, that's a lot to deal with.
It can be. However, it also sucks that our healthcare system is the way it is. So
True.
there's only so much some people
True.
can do.
That's true. I don't want to belittle that
Yeah.
for sure. I definitely don't want to be like never date someone with anger management
No.
stuff. It depends on if it's dangerous for you. Like
True. If they're
that was
taking it
never a
out on
factor in my
you, then
relationship,
that's a
but if it
problem.
is, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because verbal and physical abuse, both bad. Both not good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's definitely true that like as long as it's not hugely impacting your life, like yeah, you can definitely make it work. Yeah.
For sure. I realize those are also just love language things, by the way. The time
Yeah.
and the signs of affection. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
that's just
basically green flag is if they
yeah. Green
do
flag for
you
us individually,
use
personally,
your
yeah.
use your love language.
Uh yeah. I'm trying to think of some more off the top of my head. The other one on this was not being on their phone during dinner, and I'm like, that sounds like a traditional dinner source. I don't know. Granted,
Yeah.
I was married, and we were just like casually, we would just check our phone from time
Yeah,
to
no,
time because we would have
you can
conversations with other people
100% be on your
going.
phone and still have a healthy relationship with your
Yeah,
partner.
I would say maybe don't be on your phone ignoring the person that you're having a dinner with. That's a problem. And giving all of your like attention to somebody else, unless like whatever is happening over there on the phone is an emergency kind of situation. Yeah,
But since red and green flags are kind of intended to be for starting relationships,
yeah,
the fact that they're on their phone while they're literally on a first, second, third date
I
is
guess that's
like
true.
you're supposed to be trying to figure out if you guys are compatible. How are you going to
Yeah.
do that if you're not talking and like
Yeah, if you're
listening to the
not pulling
person?
up a link, an article, or an image to
Yeah.
show somebody, then maybe don't be on your phone during the first few dates.
Yeah, it is fun to think specifically about like what would be red and green flags on those first few dates. I mean,
I'm
I think
sure
we
I
all it's all
blew past so many red flags on my first few dates of both my long term relationships. I don't know, man. I don't.
and honestly, it depends like how severe the flag is
Mm-hmm.
and what age you are. Everybody has way more red flags when they're really young because they
Because they don't
haven't
know
had the
any
time to
better,
work
and
on
they
themselves.
haven't developed as humans fully. You're still
Exactly.
growing.
So you shouldn't expect people to be perfect.
No.
Hello. Hello. How are you? Good. How are you? Good. The reason I'm looking at a blank screen is because it's better than looking at my own face. Alex came in and literally all he saw was a blank laptop screen. And he's like, "Oh, I hope she's okay."
She's just talking to herself. It's fine.
It's right. You know, I was thinking, do you think people should watch and subscribe to Redhead Aurora?
Oh my God, get out of here!
I was saying that in the car. Oh gosh, are you recording? Oh, I'm so sorry. I wouldn't want to. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Let me get out of here.
Oh,
Cut that part out.
What did he say? I
He
missed
said
that.
everyone should watch and subscribe to Redhead Aroma.
Bitch, you were in the links of the YouTube videos.
Oh,
Because you don't have any socials that you share, so I just put Red
No,
Stream
yeah.
on there.
I am on there all the time.
Red. The shill.
Hey, while you're here, can you put the heater next to my legs, Alex? I'm so very cold. Please.
Please, good sir.
I'm dying.
I'm shivering.
Also, you're literally linked on the podcast. On
am?
YouTube.
Show-
Because it's for me.
Tell me you
You don't
don't
wanna
watch
do
the
the one back
podcast
there.
episodes without telling me you don't watch the podcast
He
episodes,
has
right?
listened to some of the podcasts. I think he just didn't scroll down and look at the links.
Oh yeah, no, I just watch on YouTube, so I haven't even like expand the description box. Sorry.
Wow, you're not a real
Wow.
fan.
Wow.
That's the red flag.
That's the
I
red
don't
flag, not a
expand
real
The description box on YouTube.
That's awesome. Oh, with that, we're going to move on to the Patreon.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Where we're going to talk about our own red flags. Even though we kind of touched on that, I realized already. We'll talk about these. So, yeah.
We'll figure it out.
I'll
figure
come
it
up
out.
with some different ones. All right, take care, everybody. We will catch you in the Patreon or in the next one. Bye.
Bye.